It is a strange world, and in such a strange world, often strange conjunctions also happen. One such strange conjunction happens when the Supreme Judge Saturn comes in contact with the master thief Rahu. Now tell me, how can the native judge correctly? How can the native make right choice in life? How can the native make right decisions in life? And so then the native goes on making wrong decisions because the quality of judging is afflicted by the master thief Rahu. Saturn Rahu conjunction therefore has given birth to many great gangsters, because from their young age they always have been choosing the wrong way. They are attracted towards all those matters of life that are considered by civilized conscious society as illegal. One living example of Saturn Rahu conjunction is the most wanted underworld don, Daud Ibrahim Kaskar. Daud has a Saturn Rahu conjunction in Scorpio sign. It is not that every individual who has Saturn Rahu conjunction becomes a mafia don. It is just that the conjunction is such that the certain individual gets easily pulled towards corrupt ways of life. Because you all must understand that the judge Saturn is caught up in the hands of the thief Rahu, and the thief constantly hammers and manipulates the judge to act as per his wish. And what could a thief wish? A thief would wish for all those things that are not legally entitled for him, and so then he fulfills his wish through illegal, corrupt way. It is always good to understand the extreme result of a conjunction, example Daud Ibrahim Kaskar, so that you can then get a feel of how this conjunction can fructify when it operates in its total capacity. Once you get a feel of its extreme results, such as Daud Ibrahim, then we can start looking for a diluted example of the same conjunction, such as a doctor by profession with such a conjunction. What will he do? At some stage, he will do something that is not considered legal or apt to his profession. Similarly, a businessman, a politician, a leader, a corporate executive, no matter what profession he or she is engaged, at some stage they do something that is considered as a taboo or illegal in some way or other. And then they get trapped in court cases or disputes or in situations that are very tragic in nature. And once they get trapped by their own misdoings, then the most common answer or reply that these natives will give you is, I did nothing wrong. It is the society that forced me into this. It is my enemies who framed me. It is not me. They never accept their own mistakes. Refusing to own your mistakes doesn't make you seem more competent. It just reveals how coward you are and how untrustworthy you are. That is exactly what this native turn out to be by not accepting their mistakes and putting the blame on others. What else can they do? Blaming others has always been the most easiest escape route. It's always easy to blame others. You can spend your entire life blaming the world, but your successes or failures are entirely your own responsibility. Blaming others makes you feel lighter because now the burden of wrongdoing is not on you, even though you are aware that you are responsible for your situation. You may succeed in making others feel guilty about something by blaming him, but you won't succeed in changing whatever it is about you that is making you unhappy. The more you blame others for your failure, the more you deny yourself the opportunity to change yourself. When you blame others, you give up your power to change. Rahu loves blaming others. In fact, all Rahuish men and women are very good at blaming others for their foolishness, for their own wrong moves. The thief never accepts his wrongdoing. Instead, he puts blame on others. In Hindi language, there is a beautiful saying, Ulta chor kotwal ko date, meaning strangely the thief starts scolding the police. You see, that is exactly how Saturn Rahu conjunction native is. They will never accept their own wrongdoing. Instead, they will go on and on and on, blaming others, scolding others, and cursing others. But it is not that every Saturn Rahu individual remains ignorant. There are a few who were blaming others for their failures. But later, as they became matured, as they started meditating, as they started focusing on their self growth, they realized that blaming others is not the right way, as it stops them from progressing in life. One good example of such a man who slowly improved took to meditation and realized his own mistakes of blaming others is Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman says, there comes a certain point in life when you have to stop blaming other people for how you feel or the misfortunes in your life. You can't go through life obsessing about what might have been. Hugh Jackman has a Saturn Rahu conjunction in Pisces sign. People change. Saturn Rahu native can also change and self-realize the mistake of blaming others. But for that, proper guidance and other planetary support is required. Hugh Jackman has exalted moon in the Taurus sign and Venus in Libra along with Mercury. When mind, that is your moon, and logic, that is your Mercury, and Venus, which is love, are well placed in the chart, then the negative conjunction of Saturn Rahu cannot stop the person from experiencing real growth, the growth within. In fact, a time came when Hugh Jackman himself started encouraging others to meditate by sharing his own meditation experience. Hughes says, "Nothing has ever opened my eyes like meditation has. It makes me calm and happy and well. It gives me some peace and quiet in what's a pretty chaotic life." Of course, Hugh Jackman are rare cases of Saturn Rahu conjunction who took efforts to progress on his spiritual path. The message that I want to share with all my listeners is that if you have Saturn Rahu conjunction, even then you can do good to yourself. Even then you can start changing for good only if you are willing to meditate. Hugh Jackman says, "Now I meditate twice a day for half an hour. In meditation, I can let go of everything. I am not Hugh Jackman." This is exactly what happens when you are meditating. When meditation is truly flowering, that you don't remain. You simply surrender to the existence. Jackman had a very disturbed childhood life. He had to go through the pain of divorce that happened between his father and mother. But you can always fill the gap when you start looking within, when you start turning inwards, when you start meditating every day. A proper guidance is very much necessary for natives having Saturn Rahu conjunction. A father should be very conscious and aware of what his daughter or son is doing, what kind of company or friends they associate with. Because a bad company of friends can prove to be a great source for Rahu to easily spoil the native. And then you see young girls and young boys with this conjunction getting into drugs, sex, alcohol, and also at times into crime. And then they become criminal, someone like Daud Ibrahim Kaskar. So parents having children with this conjunction should take more care and help their children to choose the right way. But what if parents themselves have a very different definition of right way? Reminds me of a beautiful story. It happened once. A young boy, and he must be a Saturn Rahu native, was caught stealing. The next day, he was presented in the courtroom. The judge looked at the boy's father and said, "This boy of yours has been in this court many times charged with theft, and I am tired of seeing him here." "I don't blame you, judge," said the father, "and I am just as tired of seeing him here as you are." The judge said to the boy's father, "Then why don't you teach him how to act? Show him the right way, and he will not be coming here again." The father said, "I have already shown him the right way, but he just does not seem to have any talent for learning. He always gets caught." The right way is different for the judge and the father. The father is also a thief, though he was never caught. And so he also wants his son to learn the right way so that he is never caught again. But his right way is his right way. So you see, The right way differs from person to person. For the judge, Saturn, the right way is to stop the boy from stealing others. Whereas the right way for the boy's father, that is Rahu, is to train the boy in such a way that he is never caught stealing. So it all depends on what kind of right way the parents imply on their children having Saturn Rahu conjunction. In one word, sanskar, culture is something that becomes very critical in the upbringing of Saturn Rahu natives. Saturn Rahu conjunction has that special element of going to the extremes, and it is good to be a man of extreme, because only a man who can go to the extreme end of wrong side can someday also start moving towards the extreme end of right side. When the pendulum of the clock goes to the extreme left, there is no further space to move. It has to start moving towards the right. Rahu's nature is being obsessed. Have you ever seen a man with Rahu in the 4th house? Have you ever talked with the mother of such a person with Rahu in the 4th house? I have. In fact, I have had consultations with many women whose son had a Rahu in 4th, and they all would speak in the same language, the language of obsession. They all would speak in a different way, but their message was the same. My son will never disobey me. He will never go back on my word. Such is the confidence, overconfidence of mothers having children with Rahu 4. Interestingly, the son is also obsessed with his mother. He too will never disobey his mother's word. If the mother says, marry this woman, he will simply walk the path and say, I do. Rahu brings obsession, and when the Rahu connects with Saturn, then no matter whether the person is a gangster or a priest, they become too obsessed with authority. The most tricky part is that these natives appear as if not interested in power. Rahu is very good in fooling you by appearing disinterested in power games, in authority posts, but in reality, their subconscious mind is just waiting to grab the seat of power. If you observe closely, then you will find people who had been saying, no, I am not interested in playing politics, and they have turned out to be the most interested. They have come from nowhere. You can call them black sheep, and have grabbed the seat of power, the supreme seat of authority. Always remember, the people who are the most resistant to hierarchy and authority are the ones that are subconsciously the most obsessed with it. They are the ones subconsciously playing the most competitive power games, and they are doing it for power's sake, specifically in order to try to stay safe. The natives with Saturn Rahu conjunction are such that they will deceive you by their appearance. You will get an impression that, oh my God, how innocent this girl is, so simple, she is so lovable, she is so gentle by nature. But the reality is different. What you see is just a trailer, and all trailers appear good and appealing. The real picture behind the trailers is very dangerous. You think that she is such a gentle darling, and it turns out that there is probably nobody in the town as harsh, rude, and insensitive as this girl having Saturn Rahu conjunction. Never ask a woman, "Are you a virgin?" Especially nowadays when men and women are losing their virginity before they turn 18. Harsh reality can make you uneasy, uncomfortable. But remember, I am not here to appease you or to collect upvotes or likes. I am simply here to help you all realize the reality of today's modern age. The reason I brought up the topic of virginity is because women or men with this conjunction often lose their virginity much earlier than expected. As far as virginity is concerned, it has more to do with your inner being, with your inner thoughts. If you claim that you are virgin and you are constantly thinking of sex and love making, then how can you claim you are a virgin? Because from inside you have lost your virginity. But who looks inside you? People just go by appearances. Nobody knows what is going on behind those appearances. Rahu. Only the master can know. Only the guru can know. Sex can be virgin and celibacy may not be virgin. Things are very complicated. If a man is celibate and thinks constantly of sex, he is not a virgin. On the other hand, if a man makes love to a woman or the woman makes love to a man and there is no thought of sex, no sexuality in the head, no cerebral sex, it is virgin. Virgin means pure. Virgin means uncontaminated. Virgin means spontaneous. Virgin means simple, innocent. When you make love, then there is no sexuality in it. It is pure. It is virgin. But if there is no love, then it becomes ugly, because then there is only sexuality. Sex is beautiful, sexuality is ugly. And the difference has to be understood. Sex is a natural phenomenon. Sexuality is unnatural, abnormal, and pathological. When sex enters your head, it becomes sexuality. Sex is not the function of the head, but when sex enters in through the head, it becomes sexuality. Then you think about sex, then you fantasize about sex, and the more you think, the more you fantasize about it, the more you will get into trouble, because then nothing real will ever satisfy you, because there is no limitation on fantasy and reality is limited. Saturn Rahu loves to fantasize a lot. Remember that. Rahu has absolutely nothing to do with reality, and Saturn has everything to do with reality. Quite a strange conjunction that signify the fact that the native has mixed up reality with illusions in past lives. And this habit of mixing that which is real with that which is unreal has led him or her to this birth, where the native has got a choice to make. Either they repeat the mistakes of past births, or they wake up the way Hugh Jackman did and try to find a solution to their state of current affairs. Parents having Saturn Rahu conjunction children should encourage their children to meditate. The Dalai Lama says, if every 8-year-old child in the world is taught meditation, we will eliminate violence from the world within one generation. That is the beauty of meditation. But not every parent has the depth of understanding, and not every parent is aware of the consequences of certain conjunctions like Saturn Rahu. Those who become aware can certainly follow the remedies, and what could be the most effective remedy than the medicine of meditation? People have all these problems. The problems are different: violence, jealousy, misery, anxiety. But the medicine for all these illnesses is only one, and it is meditation. You all will be surprised to know that in spite of the many ill effects of Saturn Rahu conjunction, these natives are drawn towards occultism. And if the conjunction falls in a good environment, then the native is also drawn towards spirituality. Occultism is all about the Tantra, black magic, and so on. Spirituality is all about devoting yourself to God, meditating on God's holy name, and most importantly, going with the flow of life by accepting all that life provides with a sense of gratitude. Spirituality is the path of love and devotion. There is no magic on the path of spirituality, because magic is man-made. On the path of spirituality, there is only miracle, and miracle is not man-made. Miracle is God-made. That is why I am very selective when it comes to giving consultation, because I seek only those who are on the path of spirituality, love, devotion, and not on the path of occultism, which is black magic and voodoo spells and all those dark sides that eventually lead you to nowhere but in much miseries. Always remember, whether it is Ketu or whether it is Rahu, the touch of the other world always comes with them. The only difference is that Ketu is selfless, while Rahu is selfish, utterly selfish. Ketu wants liberation, moksha. Rahu wants recognition, fame from the supernatural power that it brings along. See how deep and beautiful this all is. But only for those few listeners who can understand it, can relate it, can resonate with this revelation. Spirituality is the path of Kabir, of Tulsidas, of Nanak, of Jesus, because the divine masters always walk on the path of love and devotion. In Hindi, we address it as Bhakti Marg. Rumi says, lots of way to reach God, I choose love. Refined Saturn Rahu conjunction natives may be drawn towards the path of spirituality, the path of love, the path of Jesus, Buddha, Nanak. However, what about crude, weak Saturn Rahu conjunction in malefic houses with malefic aspects? Such natives are drawn towards black magic, voodoo spells, tantric arts. Interestingly, I have seen many such natives drawn towards tantra sex. On a very darker side, this conjunction can also give birth to a competent witch who becomes an expert in the art of black magic and earns her livelihood by doing black magic on others. A typical commercial witch who takes the supari of casting black magic to break marriages, to cause breakup between two lovers, or to directly finish someone by using the third degree black magic. Alternatively, the same conjunction can divert the native towards shamanism. Shamanism is a religious practice that involves a practitioner, a shaman, who is believed to interact with the spirit world through altered states of consciousness, such as trance. The goal of this is usually to direct these spirits or spiritual energies into the physical world for healing or for some other purpose. So you see, the process is the same. A witch also interacts with the spirit world, and so does a shamanist. The difference is that the witch works to cause harm to someone, while a shamanist works with the spirit world to heal or help someone without causing harm to anyone. The essence of the matter is that Saturn Rahu conjunction native at some stage of life gets in contact with the spirit world, either directly or indirectly. So now you all must have realized that Saturn Rahu conjunction is a high voltage conjunction. It can go either way, can become a murderer or a doctor, can become a witch or a shamanist. It is a conjunction that knows no middle ground. Either it gives birth to someone as cold-blooded as Daud Ibrahim Kaskar, or it can also give way to someone who takes the necessary steps to progress in life by turning inwards, such as Hugh Jackman. One very important trait of Saturn Rahu conjunction is its cunningness and its shrewdness. Saturn Ketu conjunction brings failure in politics, but Saturn Rahu conjunction brings success in politics. Because here Rahu simply gives so much of overdose to Saturn's potentialities that the person becomes too much shrewd, too much cunning, too much pragmatic. And when you are so much loaded with too much overdose of Saturnian qualities, who can stop you from succeeding in politics, especially if you are on the path of politics? A party worker can definitely rise to power with this position. James Madison, the President of United States of America, had Saturn Rahu conjunction. He remained the President of United States for 8 years, starting from 1809 to 1817. Interestingly, Madison, although on intellectual front opposed slavery, still he was unable to separate himself from the institution of domestic slavery. Before becoming the president of US, Madison had over 100 slaves in 1801, and at the time of his death, that is in 1836, Madison owned 36 taxable slaves. William McKinley, another president of United States, also had Saturn-Rahu conjunction. He was assassinated by a few people. It is said that McKinley appeared very polite but was dangerously cunning in executing his plots and political agendas. As mentioned earlier, Saturn-Rahu natives appear very gentle, but in reality, the real face is exact contrast to what appears to your naked eyes. Rahu's nature is being obsessed. Either the native is too obsessed towards following a very conservative, conventional lifestyle, or the native is too obsessed towards living a highly modern, unconventional lifestyle. Saturn Rahu, as mentioned earlier, can go either way, Don or David the shepherd, shamanist or a witch. Extreme is the nature of this conjunction, depends on which side the wind is blowing. Any conjunction, irrespective how good or bad it is by its tattva, that is essence, it manifests based on the soil in which it falls. And that is why many conjunctions that are considered as taboo, like Saturn Mars, Saturn Rahu, or Saturn Ketu, have been found in the charts of many celebrities and politicians and global leaders. Because what matters is the soil, the environment, the overall condition and placement of other planets, and most important, the ascendant. Saturn Rahu conjunction is in reality an eclipse on Saturn. In Indian context, we can call it Shani Grahana. But people tremble more when they see Sun Rahu conjunction, because that turns out as a solar eclipse, Surya Grahan. And since Rahu is the staunch enemy of Sun, the Sun's qualities are exaggerated, making the person more egoist than he already is. But Saturn is not an enemy of Rahu. Saturn is enemy of Ketu, but not of Rahu. And so this conjunction is of two friends. The difference is one is a cop, that is a police, while the other is a thief, a chore. Reminds me of a story that I had read in my school textbook. It was titled After 20 Years Ago. On a dark night, a man is waiting at the entrance of a very old restaurant. And it is raining outside, there are no lights, wild winds blowing all around the town. But the man waits. After a while, another man comes. He seems to be in search of somebody. But because it is raining, he also waits at the entrance of the old restaurant. He could barely see the face of the other man. He says, "Why are you waiting here? I see you are waiting for a very long time." The other man nodded his head in agreement and said, "Yes, I am waiting for my old friend." The man asked, "What is your name?" The other man said, My name is Jim. Jim, why are you waiting here for so long? And Jim says, it is a very old story. 20 years ago, Robin and I had made a promise to each other that after 20 years we will meet at this place. Robin is my best friend and I am waiting for him. It has been a long time, 20 years. The man asked, so tell me, what you did all these 20 years? Jim says, I earned millions of dollars. You see, the world calls me a bad man because I am from the underworld. But that's okay. I have earned so much that for next 6 generations I may not have to do anything more. The man smiles. It is too dark and he cannot see clearly. He says, are you going to still wait? Because it seems that your friend may not arrive anytime soon. Jim says, I know Robin very well. He is not going to forget the promise that we made. I will wait for him. The man says, okay then, you wait while I will move on. Jim smiles and the man leaves. After a while, cops arrive at the same place and they arrest Jim. Jim is not able to escape because the operation was so quick that he was caught. As the cops moved him in the car, one of them handed a small chit to Jim. Jim opens the chit, and as he starts reading, his eyes are filled with tears. The words appeared blurred to his tearful eyes as he read those words again and again. The chit said, Jim, this is me, Robin, your best friend. I am the same man whom you had met a while ago. I could not reveal my identity to you because in this last 20 years I became a cop and you became a thief. I kept my promise. I met you at the same restaurant, but I cannot let you go because you see, I am a cop and to me, duty comes first. Sorry, your friend Robin. Robin is Saturn, Jim is Rahu. Two good friends, but see their fate. One becomes a sincere cop while the other becomes an underworld don. The whole purpose of sharing this story is to help you all understand that friendship is there, but the nature differs. And because the nature differs, this conjunction often gives a split personality. Because remember, one is a cop while the other is a thief. Saturn is the very foundation of life. Saturn signifies the karma. And so when Rahu afflicts the foundation of life, then you can understand why this conjunction becomes a curse to the native. What is the remedy? Overcome Rahu, that is your desires, is the only remedy. How to overcome the desires? That must be your next question. And the answer is found in the golden words of the Divine Master Neem Karoli Baba. Baba says, if you want to see God, kill desires. Desires are in the mind. When you have a desire for something, don't act on it and it will go away. If you desire to drink this cup of tea, don't, and the desire for it will go away. Temptations, lust, greed, it all comes from the state of your desires. Desire to have sex. Many men or women indulge in the act of sex impulsively. Rahu is impulsive by nature because the rush is to get the pleasure of bed as soon as possible. Many times it happens, the man dates a woman, they talk. In fact, the woman goes on talking a lot while the man is just interested on how soon he can get her to the bed. You see, his whole mind and brain is revolving around one question: when is she going to get in the bed? Temptation. And then these temptations, Rahuish, eventually push you into more troubles. That is why the Holy Bible says, don't fall for temptations. Don't just run for temptation, look it in the eye and defeat it. Many sages have mentioned this conjunction leads to Pitru Dosh. What is Pitru? Pitru means ancestors, seniors in your family. Saturn signify ancestors, the ancient old family generation figureheads. Rahu caused discomfort to the ancestors, which leads to Pitru Dosh. So then what to do? Start feeding the beautiful black crow whom you see every day in your balcony or on your window glass. He is always around you. All you need is the eyes to recognize him and feed him with love. But who wants to listen? People will spend thousands of rupees in Shanti Puja and what not. And then when they by chance meet me, they say, Kuch nahi hua, nothing happened. Why will anything good happen? You have just gone and done some rituals. Rituals cannot help, but that one piece of grain that comes from your hand out of love and goes in the stomach of a starving bird or animal or a human being can help you, can bring much happiness in your life. But who wants to listen? Shallow men and shallow women are all over this planet. That is why I don't accept everybody, the less the better. You all have to understand that paying cash and doing rituals is not going to help you, because God is not hungry for your money. God is hungry for your love, for your devotion. The most feared conjunction can become a blessing. The most condemned man can become godly. Ratnakar was a thief, the most dangerous thief and murderer, but a moment came in his life when he was no more the same. He started transforming. He took to meditation. He engrossed himself in deep penance, and a day came when the old Ratnakar died and a new Ratnakar was reborn, to whom the world addresses as Saint Valmiki. Ratnakar, the thief, can become Saint Valmiki. Everything is possible. Just a proper direction, just a proper guidance, and dry leaves start becoming green. Deserts start changing into oases. Hate starts transforming into love. Reminds me of Saul. Saul lived in Jerusalem and he hated Jesus, so much so that he would torture the followers of Jesus. He would make fun of Christians and he also had killed many Christians. But Jesus said nothing. And then one day, while walking, Saul fell upon a rock and lost his eyes. His eyes started bleeding. There was nobody around. He cried, "Help, help, help me." A few followers of Jesus were passing by. They carried him on their shoulders and dropped him at Jesus' feet. Jesus was sitting at the river bay, engrossed in his own bliss. The followers said, "Master, this man has lost his eyes. Please do something for him." Jesus just looked at Saul, and Saul felt embarrassed. Whole life he had been condemning Jesus, causing so much trouble to Jesus, and yet Jesus was so loving. Softly he moved his hands over Saul's bleeding eyes, and the greatest miracle happened. Saul got his eyes back, and the old eyes were gone. New pair of eyes had come. It was a gift from Jesus. And Saul started crying. His cry was so loud that many followers of Jesus came rushing to see what has happened. Nobody could understand what was happening, but Jesus could. A great transformation was happening. The old Saul had died, and a new Saul was reborn. And to remember this great moment of transformation, Saul changed his name to Paul. Saul became Paul, and it is this same Paul who later was revered by the Christian church as Saint Paul. Saul becomes Saint Paul. That is the power of possibility. Ratnakar becomes Saint Valmiki. That is the power of possibility. Everything is possible in this human world. The larger question is, are you willing to take the first step towards inner transformation? Always remember, every saint has a past that is filled with mind-boggling events and terrible karma, to which the world calls sin. What is sin? Sin is an act that happens in the absence of awareness, absence of consciousness. And so, if the saint was once a sinner, then the sinner that you see now before your eyes can also someday become a saint. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Always remember this. Curse can also become a blessing in disguise. So, to all the natives having Saturn Rahu conjunction, I appeal that this is the place, this is the planet, and this is the birth where you can correct your mistakes, where you have been given a chance to correct your mistakes. And you can correct your mistakes only when you realize your mistake, when you accept your mistake. The first step towards change is awareness. The second step is acceptance. Life goes on repeating until you become aware, until you become conscious of your actions, your karma. The solution to this conjunction's ill effects is only to be found in the realms of awareness. Once your awareness becomes a flame, it burns up the whole slavery that the mind has created. The mind is the problem, but it remains a problem until you remain a slave of your mind. The moment you become the master and the mind becomes your slave, then the same mind becomes a beautiful servant. Buddha says, the mind is a beautiful servant but a dangerous master. No rituals and no black magic and no spells can help you. They will only make you more and more weaker. If at all anything can help you to evolve in the true sense, then it is your own effort to turn inwards. It is your own willingness to look within, your own readiness to meditate. The Master appears. The benevolent Guru arrives before you, accepts you, chooses you as his disciple only when you are ready in the true sense. Your readiness to meditate, your efforts and consistency in continuing on your spiritual path is what will one day bring your Master before you. Then you don't have to go in search of the Master. The Master will come in search of you. When the student is ready, the Master appears. People are running behind astrology, and in this mad rush, they are forgetting the fact that astrology is just a map. A map that can show you the way, help you to remain mentally prepared, but that is all. The map cannot guide you on how to reach. Only the compassionate Divine Master can help. But who wants to listen? And so the miseries, the majority is always stuck on the circumference. They cannot go beyond the circumference because to do so, you need the courage, and to be courageous, you need to follow the path of truth. You need to follow your heart. Joy comes when you follow your heart. God comes when you follow the voice of your heart. Listen to the voice within. Only then can you jump. Only then can you find the solution to this conjunction that has grown within you from many past births and rebirths. Remember, that was the last word of Buddha. Samasti. Samasti means remember. Just remember to turn inwards. Just remember that you are not here forever. Just remember that except change, everything else changes. Life is a flux, a constant flow. Today you may have born with this conjunction. Tomorrow, in the next birth, the same conjunction can change, can transform into something beautiful only if in this birth you are willing to take the efforts to turn inwards, efforts to slowly and steadily correct your mistakes by overcoming the low desires and by raising the quality of your desires. The more you purify your mind, the more you meditate, the more you start living with acceptance, the more you stop clinging, the more you will be able to raise the quality of desires. Because desires cannot be dropped, but desires can be raised to the higher altitudes of awareness. That is why I always say that love something of higher altitudes, something that can raise you to the higher realms of consciousness. Meditate every day and always remember you are not alone.